So this indiscriminate clearing of forests for real estate development. Like I said, I haven't seen the film, but it sets you thinking, that promo.
I mean, there are many metaphors to that, and it's just ownership as well. It's like, who are you blaming? And are we all not complicit to the carelessness?
And then there are also child actors or younger actors who will have their very, very imposing parents on the set.
Oh, well.
And, filmmakers have to deal with them. That too.
Yeah. I might be one of those parents. Who knows? Some mothers don't want to be mothers. They through the journey of motherhood, and that I find very complex and very real, very like nuanced. And I'm like, we haven't even explored that. It's we just take it for granted that all mothers might do. I mean, listen, man, like, complimenting Manoj Bajpayee, dude, like, who am I? He's like Mr. Satya. Like, it's like, that kind of weight it carries. In fact, I'd be totally embarrassed to say anything nice about him. I'd rather say something terrible. No, I'm joking. I mean, I really like the guy. He's a really good guy. Yeah. There's this English friend of mine pointed out after watching Agra, saying that, I don't understand this part of patriarchy in India. Like, maybe it's a cultural thing. Pri, can you explain to me? I'm like, what? He said, how do the women have functional jobs and the men are not doing anything? I'm like, I don't know. I've always wanted to do, action. Action is so fun.
So you're kicking butt in this.
Yes.
And are you doing sword fighting? Are you
I learned
horse riding?
sword fighting and I learned horse riding. I did horse ride a little bit in the show. But I learned a lot of gymnastic things and like how to punch back a punch and do these like magic things with my hair.
This is it. This is Priyanka Bose. Ooh.
Right?
Sultry. All right. It's been a while. She's one of the finest actresses of our generation. And I'm very pleased to have Priyanka Bose back in studio. The reason Priyanka's here is because her movie last year, tremendous FOMO, fear of missing out. So many people talking about it all through 2024, about how it won rave reviews in Berlin and then a prize in Leeds, a prize in Miami. I haven't got to see the film. And now, year 2025, that film, The Fable, has a proper Bollywoodish title, it's called Jugnuma, and it sees a theatrical release on the 12th of September. So effectively, it's in theaters, in cinemas, nationwide, 12th of September. Welcome, Priyanka. How are you?
I'm good. This is so exciting for me to sit and then I'm getting videoed while I'm talking to Manoj. It's all great. Yeah.
One of my favorite things to say is, before the advent of video, just by the tonal quality of my voice, women would think I look like George Clooney.
Well, you do.
And I used to, further that myth. I used to give it a lot of fodder.
Yeah.
And then the cameras came and they see an overweight Madrasi on the mic. And it's all downhill, Priyanka. Which is what the advent of cameras has done to me.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm glad I still have wonderful guests like you and you're here. And really last year was important because, like I said, you were at Berlin.
Yes.
I don't know if you went to Leeds after that.
No, I didn't. So we premiered in Berlin and I was very happy to, obviously support the film. Then I think they traveled further because, it was important for Hiral to go, the other cast members and things like that. So, yeah.
Journalists will always ask you what reactions were at foreign festivals.
Yeah.
It's also because, damn, we should be there. It makes us feel less deprived.
Yeah.
And really, in all honesty, I mean, why does one performer work for? I mean, there is money, but there is the fame, but it is that adulation, isn't it?
Yes.
And there are discerning audiences at film festivals.
Yes, very discerning.
Yeah.
Audiences.
So
it's
how
like
was it?
They will walk out if
if they don't like it.
resonating. And And
So say, how was Berlin? I mean, did they come up to you, say vibrant things?
Of course, like I think in the receiving end, all the little and big shows that we did, the audience completely embraced it. Of course, the diaspora, comes and tells you, and the adulation you get from them is so sweet. They are just so sweet and so kind, and so that is always there. And then the fact that the film resonates with them. There are some questions here and there which the younger lot asked me a lot, and everyone has like you said, it's a video, right? So everyone has a podcast, and everyone has so there were some really in-depth things about research they had done about my life, or about the film, how it resonated with them. So that was very interesting to me.
And it says it is magic realism. Magic realism is very intriguing. And also so because one of my favorite writers, Salman Rushdie, writes in that genre. I love Rushdie. I don't know if you read Rushdie.
Yeah.
Rushdie is remarkable.
He's a genius.
And Rushdie writes in that particular genre. So yeah, you guys had me at magic realism.
Mm-hmm.
What does it really mean from the film's perspective, without giving spoilers? I know it's a tough one.
That's a tough one, because I feel like, when you watch a genre of film, suddenly it's like, it did my head over, or it went over my head, but something, I took something away from it, whether there was like a technical thing that I took away from. It depends on who is taking away from that film. Are you there for just the storytelling? And magic realism is like that. I feel like you discover that kind of essence of magic realism as you watching magic realism. You are asked these questions, like how you have to ask in this context is, do you know what happens to us when we die? So it's as wide as that. It's like, everyone has an interpretation of it. So I feel like I'm curious to know what you think from the film, except the thriller aspect of it, and does have that mysticism. I mean, what do you take about magic realism is what I would love to know from everyone.
Yeah, the trailer has a few interesting things that will immediately elicit response from a thinking audience. For example, there's considerable time devoted to forest fires, which one needs to. I don't know, again, if it's fantasy or it's reality, but the fires are raging. You can see them. And to me, it's just too recent.
Many.
Los Angeles, California, movie stars losing their homes. Australia, forest fires, devastation.
Yeah.
And so often, Priyanka, I'm rolling down and I'm, passing by Kandivali and Borivali, and I'll see some fires somewhere in some corner. And then I'll start making inquiries, and I'm told, they're just clearing that land because some builder has to build there. So this indiscriminate clearing of forests for real estate development. Like I said, I haven't seen the film, but it sets you thinking, that promo.
I mean, there are many metaphors to that, and, it's just ownership as well. It's like, who are you blaming? And are we all not complicit to the carelessness,
Correct.
of what
Wow, you segued beautifully into my question, which is just that. What do you feel about that whole situation?
That's exactly what I feel. I feel very hopeless and helpless. It's like living in Bombay, the charisma Bombay used to bring. I mean, back in the day, and I'm like, what are we doing? It's impossible to just get out of, I'm always late because of the fact that something silly has happened and I'm blocked in traffic, and, and things like that. So it's unlivable at this point. And I'm like, are we lying to ourselves and carrying on with the spirit of Bombay, or are we doing something about it? Are we complicit to that issue that we're completely overlooking because somebody, made a irrational statement or a very personal statement which has nothing to do with anything, but we're overlooking everything that way.
An interesting dynamic that, Manoj and you are a play husband and wife, and that he's two interesting kids. One of them is furiously riding a horse.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah,
And
it's quite a
there's
skill,
a-
huh?
it is.
Because I
It has to
tried.
be, yeah.
I know how to ride a horse as well. It is very difficult, but it was fun. But she does it so beautifully, like so elegant. Matlab, it's so nice.
And they're not really child actors. I mean, the girl must be what, 14 or 15 or what?
She's
older?
what, 18 now? Yeah.
When you filmed, she must have been 14, 15.
And the
boy?
Chotu is Chotu only still, but he's older than he was before. I think he was what, 7?
Talk about that. Talk about working with child actors.
I like working with some child actors. Like
Yeah?
some, every film that has worked or everything, every show or whatever the work, if I've worked with a teenager or a child actor, I've had the best time. Not for anything, just because of the pure essence. It's like their instincts are very sharp. So to bounce off that, it gives me so much joy, and you learn so much about yourself. And then there's and then there are some kids that didn't work for me, but you see the difference between, again, kids who are very raw, who have not acted, kids who are very trained, but there are some kids who are just very cool in the middle, where they are not, tainted by too many things that we could be, and
these kids were like that? They were oh, nice.
Just their approach and instincts were just so nice and so simple, and I really like that. I mean, it was a joy working on this film.
And then there are also child actors or younger actors who will have their very, very imposing parents on the set.
Oh, well.
Filmmakers have to deal with them. That too.
Yeah. I might be one of those parents. Who knows?
I don't really know if being a parent yourself helps you play a parent on screen.
I don't think so.
No, you don't, right?
I know. I don't think those things are right.
I mean, I'm a father of 2 daughters. I have 2 daughters.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I'm very good with kids otherwise.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I mean, I love my kids.
Yeah, some mothers, that's why I want to, talk about more female roles, which is a little like, some mothers don't want to be mothers. They through the journey of motherhood, and that I find very complex and very real, very like nuanced. And I'm like, we haven't even explored that. It's, we just take it for granted that all mothers might want to
and
be
it's
mothers.
also very beautiful.
Yeah.
Cliched question. Priyanka ji, आप खुद माँ हैं, तो आपने आपके लिए तो आसान होगा माँ बनना स्क्रीन पे. I've actually turned it around the head saying it's not. I mean, it's like it has very. It's acting at the end of the day. Yeah.
Yes, if I'm acting with a baby, I have to also be compassionate about the baby's timings and things like that. I have to be very kind, and over here, like, only a few of us will actually figure this out, that, otherwise it can get very harsh for child actors and babies and things like that. It's not conducive. Some of the sets are not conducive to, working with minors like that, so.
The trailer also ends in a very poignant note. It's actually Manoj's character wearing wings and flying off into the horizon.
Oh, bold, yes.
No, it's there in the trailer.
That's true.
It's there in the trailer.
Sorry, my bad.
I don't know what it means.
Yeah.
It's there in the trailer. Now, again, I don't know whether it's his khayal or his dream or his fable or it's reality, but it again set me thinking. It set me thinking just like the forest fires, which also means Raam Reddy is a great promo maker.
Ram.
I'm like, even before the Wright brothers invented airplanes, one of the reasons they invented airplanes is because human beings were obsessed with trying to find a way to fly.
Yeah.
Their history is replete with guys putting on wings and motors and trying to fall off a cliff and dying.
We all got hurt. Trying to do that, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to get a motor and, the birds can do it, I can do it and things like that.
Yeah.
And then these scientists turned around and said, look here, let's just get rid of this business and let's build a machine so we can sit in it and go. And of course, the Indians will tell you Ravan's Pushpak Viman was always there and things like that. But that to me is very interesting again. in the fable. Man's, or, and when I say man, I don't mean man. I mean human beings and the desire to fly and take wings. Comment, please.
I mean, I feel like you asked a question and you answered it. I mean, so poetically, because I feel like there is something there in the sense that we do desire to fly. We've always desired to do everything that, we are not. And that's why we are also called the most intelligent species right now. I don't know about that. But, and there are childhood memories of everybody wanting to fly. I think I've broken like every little bone about the fact that, we can do magical things. And that for me is like, it can lead from an imagination, a superhero story or a story of saving something, or just like, going from building to building or branches to branches and things like that. But it all starts with like a very simple, small little like imagination. So I feel like, watching the film with your family will actually also trigger these things about how you asked about man's desire to fly. And I'm like, okay, maybe that's why I should come to the theater. And why is Manoj's character flying? Let's find out.
So tell me as much as you can about her. He's obviously an orchard owner.
Yes.
Up in the hills. And she's his wife, and then there is these two children. Is there anything else that you can tell me about her, about the character?
What I can say is Nandini is a very still person, in the chaos as well. Like she's the kind of person, she likes her ducks in a row, and she's not overtly like controlling or anything. She's very up with the mountains. It's like taking the softness of everything, the crankiness of the morning if her ducks haven't come to work on time, and very, very simple, like really, simple way of flow. And it's like, and basically when the chaos does come to, in play, she stands her, rootedness, and the fact that she is trying to be as non-judgmental in taking some decisions, but what she definitely doesn't, you'll see that the family doesn't function without each other, without the codependency of each other. They function together. So when they come apart and come together, that the family actually just works, and it won't make sense if they were apart. So yeah, she binds it.
I wonder if you saw Titi before.
I did.
You did?
I did. I very much wanted to work with Raam.
And then did you get in touch with Raam saying, listen, I think you're a good filmmaker, so let's do this? So
I wrote him in my list. One of these lists, we have to keep making and refreshing that list. So Raam
and do you
was on my list.
Follow up on that list, or do you manifest that list? I'm just asking. I don't know.
Right. So this whole manifestation is like a funny thing. Like I follow up. Like, for example, I followed up with, say, Kanubhayal. But there was no way to get in touch with Raam. Right now, there's Instagram, so I can, DM.
Yeah.
And I'm very polite and I'm very direct. So I'm just like, listen, I loved it. Would love to work with you. Should there be an opportunity? And you move along. But with Raam, there was no like connectivity. So that was really like a manifestation, because Tess Joseph, who is one of my favorite casting directors, has always put me in the right places. We need advocates like that. What happened to that, guys? So she made the connection because Raam also inquired about me, saying that I want to work with the girl who was the mother in Lion. So that way, the manifestation.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I have a lot of love for Tess, not because I have anything to do with the casting world or the acting world, but every year I help her promote something remarkable she does called the Spoken Fest.
Yeah.
So she'll reach out once a year and she'll say, Hrishi, I want to promote this. And I know that is not a business proposition for her. She's just doing it out of love.
Yeah.
And, we do a bit of a chat and, we try and promote it. And I'm happy to hear that every year it's scaling up, it's doing better and better. So that's how I know her, and she's really wonderful. And you've just told me she's very good at her day job too. So,
Yeah, she is. I mean, she's
of course she
always
is.
brought like the best stuff that I've done around for me.
Lovely. So that's that. It's called Jugnuma Fable. It's in theaters on the 12th of September. Manoj Bajpayee says very vibrant things about you, by the way. Priyanka, बहुत ही अच्छी actress है. You know, she is fantastic in the movie. You must watch this movie, he's told me.
That's so sweet.
So you want to return the compliment?
I mean, listen, man, like, complimenting Manoj Bajpayee, dude, like, who the fuck am I? He's like Mr. Satya. Like, it's like, that kind of weight it carries. In fact, I'd be totally embarrassed to say anything nice about him. I'd rather say something terrible. No, I'm joking. I mean, I really like the guy.
Yeah,
he's a really good guy. Yeah.
And did you find Ram living up to his reputation? Wow, this is the guy who made Titi? How cool.
Ram, I don't know if he's saying it, but he will say that, Jugnuma is his voice, actually. Like, he's going to come around being a fuller, this is his voice. I think he started his path right now. And
so the rural one was there. His story got made.
And it's great. It's got him everything. He got to do his second film.
Yeah.
I feel like now is when his real work is going to start.
And Manoj says that he's become very good friends with him. He says it is not a rule that you will become close friends with your director.
All. Same.
You gravitate towards some directors, and he says Ram is that to me. I can just call him and say, "Come home,
Yeah.
So good. I can't wait to meet him. I am meeting him. We're all meeting tomorrow, so it'll be wonderful. So that is that. Now we're going to start talking about some of other Priyanka, the other projects that Priyanka has been part of. So yes, I mean, I have seen Agra, unlike Jugnuma, which is such a well-guarded secret. Agra is a tough watch. It's not an easy watch, but it's a Kanubel film. It has brilliance in it, and it's just unbelievable what you pulled off in there. A woman with a physical disability, with everything going against her, but she's a survivor, isn't she?
Yeah, I mean,
and lots of men and women have to use what they have to survive, whether it's their sexuality or whether it's their smarts or their business sense, and she is that. Talk about that character. I mean, it's been a while. It's what, 2023, yeah.
We made it then, and of course, like, I'm so competitive with myself. I'm just like, give me the next one, next challenge. I can like top that. So Agra definitely is a very important film to all of us. We worked very hard. It's a very difficult watch, like you said. Really hoping that it finds its platform soon in that way, because it's a film rooted in India, and it's a lot of us Indians. There's a level of, like, say, the classism. There's the 1%, and then the rest of us. So we are talking about the rest of us, and we're talking about the layers of the rest of us. And this woman comes from one of the back layers, that she owns
internet cafe.
An internet cafe, and she's very independent in her own way, and basically, but it's just her small little desire, and how that comes into whether it's follow-up or manifestation. With that demographic, there is none of that. It's just survival, isn't it? So it was very interesting for me to explore.
It's very interesting also, not just from your character's perspective. It is the sisterhood of women. It's very famous Aretha Franklin song saying sisters are doing it for themselves.
Yeah.
Sisters.
One sister doing it for herself is other sisters also saying that do it for yourself.
Yeah, do it for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and they just find a mid path.
Yes.
And they say the guys are going to do what the guys have to do.
We gotta do what we gotta do.
You know,
like,
we've got to
move
get a
along.
home.
Yeah.
You know, we want to make a home.
Yeah.
And let's do it. You know, so.
Yeah, true. Exactly. It's just about that, isn't it? Getting up and tying your shoelaces, and then it's like, get up, girl. You know. But and I love that. There's this English friend of mine pointed out after watching Agra, saying that I don't understand this part of patriarchy in India. Like maybe it's a cultural thing. Pri, can you explain to me? I'm like, what? He said, how do the women have functional jobs and the men are not doing anything? I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
He's referring to the boy in Rahul Bose's character, Rahul Roy's character.
Nobody's working.
Nobody's working.
But the girl is like dentist, the girl is internet cafe. Even the mother's like very hardworking.
Yeah, she is.
I think the auntie is working the most in the film.
Because I was trying to figure out the leading man, which is the boy opposite you. What does he do? The first couple of scenes, he's shown in some call center types.
Yeah.
After that, you have no idea what work he's doing. And Rahul Roy is obviously spending a lot of time with the various women in his life. You know, so, but it's wonderful. So in that aspect, it's the grime of small town India.
Yeah.
And it has to be embraced.
Yeah, it needs to be embraced. It's like, you know, look at the juxtaposition, the Taj Mahal that we all know.
Yeah, and the Agra.
You know, the beautiful golden triangle that my, foreign friends come and enjoy. And I'm like, there's this side of India which is not that glossy, but it's like... it's very interesting storytelling. Like, I find that I'm just like, and we all come from there in a way.
I was just wondering, with the aggressive, intimate scenes, were there discussions with Kanu whereby you turned around and said, you know, I'm comfortable with this, I'm more comfortable with that? How much of it was under your control? Because this is the era of intimacy directors. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, it's become the norm to have an intimacy director on set.
Yeah.
How do you do all those, you know, those aggressive, intimate scenes in Agra? How were they handled?
So the thing is, I have one request. If you don't have an intimacy coach, is that I control the set that day, and me and the lead actor or actress basically direct the scene. And I feel like we know exactly, because end of the day, it's acting. So how many ever footage you want to take, it's like, you know, we can. And then the thing is, the adjustments can be done where Kanu, you know, just sat, and basically when we were doing the whole thing many times, that's when, you know, it stopped looking like it's acting, you know. And so you have to just get yourself into that place where it's not really acting. And so just saying few things at that time, because we are all vulnerable, we are all respectful for each other. I am obviously not in a place where I'm going to take any comments about anything about my body, especially like very lightly. So that creates a sort of like a safety net, you know, and like a trust and a bond between the actors, and that's when it goes from the technical acting bits to now we are actually in it. And just him saying a few adjustment words, saying that make it warm, you know, just because I'm open at that time, so I'm open to direction. You know, so I feel like it's not rocket science. It's just something you got to give space to the actors. And if you cast really sensible and intelligent actors, I feel like right now everything is so like designed, and you know, the structure is getting better. I feel like it's possible. So yeah.
So with Agra, he actually said, Priyanka, take over.
Yeah. I mean,
you know, just be comfortable and do what you're comfortable with.
We did exactly what we wanted to do. It's just that it's better when it's collaborative. I understand there are some shots which cannot be designed beforehand, because of the nature of the treatment and everything. But I feel like if you bring in the actors into understanding how they're going to be shot and everything and how the whole thing is going to be edited, I feel like it just comforts their brain without the anxiety of it. And there's no, I mean, I feel like every actor wants to really give their best shot. So, yeah.
So great. So that's almost like a parallel career for you now. I mean, you're an intimacy coach.
Yo. Yeah, who knows? Like,
That's
I feel
nice.
like it's picking up and and why not?
And especially for you to be able to help first-time actors who are going through that, it must be very heartening, right? When an actor comes and says, Priyanka, thank you for doing that, because everybody's so conscious, not just about their own body, about log kya kahenge. That's a big thing in India still.
It's a big thing because, I mean, there was a big scare, right? Like, I don't know if you know that Agra got leaked online and everything. So,
yes.
I mean, of course, they held space for me, but it's not very easy for the actresses. It's not easy for Mohit, definitely. But the thing is, me and this other actress, it's not really easy for us to have our social media bombarded with lewd. But that's India. And like Tanu would say, I mean, we made the film for them. I mean, that's the film, So, I mean, it's sad, but it's a bitter truth, in that way.
But having said that, I mean, that's one aspect of it. It's really a film which I think has furthered your career in a lot of ways, and I hope that it still gets a proper mainstream release that it deserves.
Hope so. I mean, it deserves everything. I just hope it gets a release. I feel like at the end of the day, instead of just...
it can't be another Anurag Panch, which everybody just talked about.
It's unfair. It's 2025 and then a film like this is sitting in the cans doing what? And I feel like, the advocacy has garnered some kind of attention. Like if it weren't for Guneet and Anurag, I mean, this film has also had quite a journey. So thank God for them.
Yeah, big ups to Guneet Monga and to Fandra Kashyap for supporting Jugnuma, the Fable. Because again, like I said yesterday, there was last year there was so much buzz about the film, and it's getting that theatrical because all these wonderful directors have come together and decided to support Ram and the cast, and the film is out now. So that was Agra, and I actually did an interview with the original Aussie. He's an Aussie, isn't he? The lion, the boy who was adopted and taken to Australia.
Yeah.
Very interesting character.
Yeah, he's quite enterprising.
Enterprising chap,
Yeah.
And I did a chat with him, and I was like, whoa, this guy, if I were to hear his story, I would, and if I was a Hollywood studio, I'd say, let's do this. and that film got a lot of eyeballs. And again, you were playing the mother. I wonder if you ever went and met the actual mother. Did you?
I did.
Yeah.
They did come where we were shooting. They came. She came with a...
But this is not before.
Testy.
But this is not before. This is not...
It's before. Like when we were workshopping for the film, where we were shooting was in Madhya Pradesh. And she came and I had, we met, and her bestie was translating for her. So, we met. It was really interesting.
Is that a good thing? Or is that hey, I want to put more of Priyanka into this character and not be clouded mentally of having met the original character?
I don't know, like right now, maybe my approach would be different. At that time, the approach was different. I really wanted to get the essence of her spirit. Now, how do I explain to anybody what that means? So I feel like I saw a lot of references of and understood references of, what happens between the age of 25 to 65 when you grow and then you lose a person and someone you think that is alive, but at the same time everyone thinks you're mad. So how do you put all those layers in one scene? Like in one scene, it's like, she's doing that one scene, right? Like as an older woman who's singing. So I'm like, okay. And I feel like there can't be so much of me. There's so much of her story then. So that was dedicated to her story. That was not for me. For me, it'll be now I feel like I've come of experience, and like I said, like my approach was very different then, and my approach is very different now. But at the same time, I keep talking to some people I admire who have done workshops with me, who are acting coaches and things like that, and I like that engagement because I feel like I want to keep that engagement a little fluid so that it's sharper. Yeah.
And the Amazon Prime series, it's called Wheel of Time.
The Wheel of Time, yeah.
The Wheel of Time. I believe it's adapted from a book series, and it has lots and lots of fans around the world.
Yeah, it has its own Comic-Con since the 70s. I didn't know anything about it.
And who's the author or authoress of this book?
Robert.
Whatever. I mean, as an actor, you don't need to know the original source material. You do the screenplay.
I do. Like,
Robert.
Robert. I mean, it's amazing. Like, let's.
Yeah, we've got to do a Google. Priyanka and myself are doing a Google. The Wheel.
The Wheel of Time is written by Mr. Robert.
Writer. There you go. Robert Jordan.
Yes, thank you.
It's a high fantasy novel by American author Robert Jordan.
Which was adapted by Rafe Judkins.
That's right.
And yeah, I had the best time of my life.
14 books, geez. Yeah. 14 books and a prequel. That beats Harry Potter and the Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so does that mean you have an agent in the West?
I do.
You do?
I do.
And she or he put you up to this? Or did you go on audition?
Yes, again, like it was, the synergy was between Tess and then my management saying, there's this perfect something for you, you'll be great at it, send in your tape like now. And I'm like, yes. So, with the time zones and everything, I'm like shooting to give it to Tess, and then Tess is sending it to them. It's just like chaos. But once I surrendered, I'm just like, listen, I'm so happy I made it because it was quite something. I've always wanted to do action. Action is so fun.
So you're kicking butt in this.
Yes.
And are you doing sword fighting? Are you
I learned sword fighting and I learned horse riding. I did horse ride a little bit in the show. But I learned a lot of gymnastic things and like how to punch back a punch and like, do these like magic things with my hands.
This is it. This is Priyanka Bose. Ooh.
Right?
Sultry. Alana Moswani.
Yeah.
So Alana Moswani kicks butt. She had a stunt director, action choreographer.
Yeah, we had an excellent team in Prague. Who were just great at doing these things. They make us look so good.
So Alana Moswani, tell me about her.
I mean, she's a very interesting character. The most hated character first, I realized, the first season. But I feel like they gave me enough for it to click. And that's the magic of now television, is that if the character really clicks with the audience, then you will see the meter and then they'll want you back. In a way, then the writers are excited to write for you and things like that. And so the second season was a little bit more, and then the third season was a little bit more. So I feel like they all gave me so much to work with because I realized that the audience, which was like these book geeks, either like hated my character, didn't really think much of it, and then I came into the picture and they loved me. So I'm like, yeah, win. So that way I knew that, 3 seasons would be like, okay, Alana Moswani, and she's very like, she's cool. The way I played her would be a friend. She's always trying to gauge if this one's my friend still or not, and things like that, like in a dynamic of sisterhood. And, everyone goes through their adventure. By the season 3, she goes into her adventure, and her speciality is that she has 2 boyfriends because both of them are into each other. They are, in a what do you call it? It's a
commune.
Yes, the three
Yeah,
of them,
come on,
they
yeah.
fight together. They are warriors together. They're friends and best friends, and the dynamic shifts when one of them dies. So it's very like it's got very deeply queer anchor in the whole scheme of things, and it's really nice to actually work with actors who actually understand that, and so that was really wonderful.
You're actually the right person to ask this, considering you've been on that set. You've been on your career started on an Italian film set. It's Gangor.
Gangor. Yeah.
You've done a fair amount of international projects. Are the sets any different, or is India more apnapan?
The chaos is the same, I have to be honest. The apnapan is that, there's more like, food variety, for example. I just did a film in America right now, and there's a lot of sugar, and I'm like, yaar, healthy khana kahan hai? Like that. So that way, that kind
and
of.
you can't go off the unit food. Like here, you can order. Can you get me this? Can you do that in the UK and US? You can? Yeah?
I mean, you can if it's available, because there are some mountains in the back of Norway I shot in, and there were no takeaways.
No Swiggy.
You're eating
No
what
Zomato.
is available, and what was available was camping food. So
the baked beans type.
Oh my god,
Tuna fish type.
Horrible, but it was great. Like, what a great day I had. So it's the experience as well. So.
That's lovely. I'm going to see The Wheel of Time. I have to
Yes,
see
please.
this.
It's an Amazon. It's a
And what should I see?
sad thing is they cancel the show. Right?
Oh.
Yeah, they cancel the show because it's expensive.
So 3 seasons? 3 seasons?
Yeah.
And you're in all 3 seasons, huh? Nice. Yeah. Gangor was something that I thought was very exotic. I mean, it was a Maheshwari Devi story.
Yeah.
Taken by an Italian guy and made into a movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I mean, he's a big fan of Maheshwari Devi's work. And of course, it was very exotic. I mean, they also darkened my skin tone and everything. It was all, end of the day when I see it, I'm like, okay, I would have done this differently.
Yeah.
But I'm very grateful that it just gave me that opportunity to just be on this really big screen. Like, it's something, your poster is all over the Italian carpet.
And the last person to get famous in Italy before you was Mr. Sandokan, Kabir Bedi.
Oh my God. Mr. Kabir Bedi, kya baat hai?
Yeah, household name in Italy, man.
That's true. That is true.
But I hope the film gave you enough and more reasons to go to Italy for promotion. There's that. Oh, what a
For 5
country.
years I went to Italy, and I've made some really good friends. I've kept in touch. Yeah, again, because of the Wheel of Time, we shot in Puglia, so I met, went and said hello. So it was just always.
What would be your favorite place in Italy? For me, it's got to be Florence. I love Florence.
Yeah, I loved Florence when I went there.
The Uffizi, the galleries, beautiful.
Yes, very much. I love Puglia also because I'm also sun and sand kind of gal.
Nice.
So that was nice.
Tuscany is nice too.
Yeah.
Except that it's very Hollywoodized
I've
now.
never been.
You should.
I would love
Should
that.
take a wine tour in Tuscany.
Wow.
Drink copious amounts of wine.
I worry about that.
but do you take vacations between projects? I mean, even if it's a short trip.
Yes.
Okay.
So the thing is, luckily, between the hecticness, raising my child with my husband's, hectic touring because he's a guitar player, and our, professions, we've gotten a lot of time apart, but we've gotten a lot of time together as well. So we have, managed so far, and now we are making those little cliche plans saying that yaar saal mein ek holiday to karenge aisa, which is like a family holiday, because we've just managed whatever flows in management. You know what I'm saying? Ek ghar ka management.
Yeah.
So because now we are like, okay, we have this time. We know that 3 months in a year we're going to explore a new place. So that's our little.
What was the last great vacation you went to, and where was it?
Oh my God. The last great vacation was, thank God for Thailand. Because it was so basic, it was so great. We had such a good time. I would have thought I'll probably hate it, but I loved it with my family. It was really nice. It was the 3 of us. But before that, I also loved, my screen partner and I, would have explored like Europe a lot. So it's like, I love that.
So Thailand was where? Phuket, or did you go to?
No, we went to Krabi and we went to Bangkok.
Nice.
It was really nice. It was sweet.
Just bummed around on the beach in Krabi.
Really bummed around. It was like we ate really good street food. We just it was cool.
And
Yeah.
did thrift shopping in Bangkok. How lovely. And favorite place in Europe would be?
I mean, I loved anywhere in the Balkans. I loved Italy so much. I love Barcelona so much. Like, I would move there at some point. But,
Lovely.
Yeah.
Priyanka Bose is in Jugnuma, Fable, 12th of September. Also go watch all her back catalogue, filmography. The Wheel of Time is available now on Amazon Prime. Lions on which one?
I think Netflix, I don't know.
Just check.
Yeah.
It's another film worth watching.
Yeah, Lion is a special film.
A special
also.
film.
Yeah.
And Agra, we keep our fingers crossed. We hope it's out soon. And does Gangur have OTT presence?
No.
Oh, you don't know? No. But listen, a big admirer of all the work that you've done thus far, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
94.3 Radio 1.